Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is going to be episode 9 of my Pig Farmer series. I have some good news. I found another butcher factory, and this factory is 179,000 a place instead of 180,000, so it's actually a little bit cheaper. So I just kind of replaced our other one with it. So if we go into build mode, you'll see over here, which I actually want to maybe do a little landscaping because this is kind of just the front of it. Painting, is that just dirt they used at the front? Yeah, let's change that. Let's make that some nice... Not. That's asphalt. Where's the gravel? There we go. Oh, was that asphalt from? No. It was. Oh, okay. Well, I might go with asphalt. I might be good with asphalt. Asphalt might look kind of nice. As long as it's not dirt, I suppose. I think we'll connect that to there because that kind of makes sense to drive through there. And then I think over here on this side, I think we will just run into the road like that. And that makes kind of sense to get into there like that. So, new butcher shop. Yep. Different mod. The price of it is a lot more. Pork meat can go up for 25,000. So this one might just be too good, but we'll try it. So I'm going to put, no, those are the wrong ones. These ones, I only have 29 of. Yes, those are the ones that have already reproduced once, the ones that we got rid of one of before, because these ones are going to reproduce one more time before we decide to do anything with them. So, we'll try this. There's another mod I found as well. I didn't install it because I didn't want to have multiple different types of meats in the store that I tried to, or would have had to try to distinguish between. So I just put, those guys always turn right. Let's flip that stop sign. I don't think it'll, I should take it out, but still. Okay, so we'll put one in here and then we'll do the math to see if it's way too good, if that makes any sense. There we go. Oh, interesting. 0 and 22 months. Oh. Oh. So, okay. That's different. So these ones we could theoretically sell. I'm going to hold on to them for now. I'm nervous. Okay, let's put these guys away. So 0 to 22 months, they can sell them. Again, I've never used this mod before. Never in my life. So I don't know the answer to what we're about to do here. Let's put these guys away. Move to husbandry. Yep. Okay, and then let's go in here. So, do I have one like that's at 22 months or pretty close? How about down here? Those ones are not very healthy though, so I don't want to grab those ones for now. You're over it. 25's 7. Let's try a $420 pig. Let's try these ones are 7 apiece. Yeah, 7 months old. I'm just gonna grab one of them. Well, you know what? Let's just grab a full trailer load because we're just gonna move them all. We'll do them all. So, okay, let's go put one of these in there. Try this again, round 2, and see what this does instead of 420. I'm hoping it's more. What sort of is more even across the board. Which I think the other one, quite honestly, I think the other one was even across the board. We just didn't get very much for it, so I think it is set up that way. Oh, we need to be further back. There we go. So those ones, let's do just one animal. 87 kilograms. Oh, that's even nice. It tells me how much that's going to be. So 87 kilograms. Let's do the math on that. So let's go into here, which is the input. So if we go to pork, 87 of one of these. So if I do the math here, 600 to 450 is what the ratio is. So what does 87 get us? If I do that math, grab my calculator, my handy dandy calculator here. There we go. That would give us 65.25 liters of meat. So 65.25 liters of meat. So, which could sell for, we'll say 25,271. 25,271 per 1,000 liters. So if I do the 25,271, divide that by 1,000 to get the price per liter. Each liter of pig is worth 25.271 times the 65.25. So each one of those pigs would sell for $16.48. That's much more reasonable in terms of us making a lot of money. Hopefully that's not too crazy. The thing is, it only goes through, it's kind of hard to tell actually on the factory here. 12 cycles per month. So how many, so okay, go through quite a bit. I don't know what the production mode means here, but this could go through quite a bit. So that triples the value of the pigs. No, quadruples them. Quadruples them, doesn't it? Maybe. Yeah, it's like quadruple, isn't it? I think it quadruples because $1,600 you're going to make, so it could quadruple the cost. Is that too crazy? I mean, that kind of makes sense. We just bought a $180,000 factory. It would make sense that we'd make a lot of money off of it. So pig meat would probably be worth that. So give them all 38 animals, 33.25. Let's go ahead and just do it. I can't grab them back out, I'm assuming. Yeah, I can't even access that anymore. But if we go into the factory, let's go ahead and activate that. It shouldn't need all types. I think this is, yeah, so there we go. Those two are not going, just this one's going. Okay, so 600 to 450. It should be making some pig meat for us. So it seems much more reasonable, this production in general. You obviously wouldn't lose money on it. You would make money. We'll see if that ends up being too much over the time period, but that is nice. We actually have a meat processor that will do good for us. So 22 months, it says, is the primary sell point. So at 22 months, the pigs are worth 1108, and they've just given birth the night. So 21 months is what we want to sell. I'm actually going to write that down in a sticky note. 21 months is our goal to sell, because that's when they've just given birth. 21 months, sell pigs. So we'll try that, and I can sell these other pigs off that we have now for, whatever the case may be. But we're making pork meat. This is great. Woo! It's awesome. Okay. Yeah, this is great. So, fantastic. We're making pork meat. I will sell some other pigs off for us. Yeah, I'll get those sold off, and I'll probably bring you guys back in when it's time to plant for spring. But yeah, we now have a working butcher shop. It's great. So yeah, or I'll bring you guys back in when it's time to sell pig meat. Something exciting happens. I'll bring you guys back in for that. So I'll see you guys here in a bit. All right, it is springtime, which is great. We're gonna start planting potatoes. We do need a little bit of cash. I am gonna borrow another $5,000. I did pay off like $100,000 because we sold $100,000 worth of pigs to the animal dealer, because those were all the ones that we could not put into our factory. Now, the factory being a little too crazy, being too much, I, with the help of the very capable Yoast Modding, I have modified the XML. He helped me do it. All the credit goes to him pretty much. I just had the idea to do it, and he was like, this is how you do it. Perfect. So it worked out. Actually, it was really easy once I got the hang of it, so now I can adjust it as needed. But I cut the price of the pigs in half. So now if we go in here to sell the pigs, instead of, our best, well, that says 23,000. It hasn't really adjusted. We haven't gone a full year. So it won't be that much, but now we're getting about 12,500 instead of 25,000. So I cut the price in half for all of the different. Beef is terrible right now. Terrible time to sell beef. Anyhow, but yeah, so it's all cut in half. So that's basically, now we're only doubling what we're going to get from our pigs if we go through that production versus quadrupling, which I think is pretty reasonable. You would about double what you get if you actually butchered the pigs yourself in your own butcher place. You spent $180,000 on. So I think that's a reasonable ground to be on. Yeah. So I did put a bunch more meat in there, and I found out what this means. This means that this thing only operates from 7 a.m. to 1900 or 7 p.m. So that's what that means. I just noticed that. We do have 2 pallets of 5,000 liters, which we can sell in here, which we actually might sell. Those would make us a lot of money. So we're talking like 120 grand. But anyhow, we're planting potatoes right now. It's all we really have to do in the spring. We didn't have to fertilize them, because what I did last time was after I harvested, I fertilized, then plowed, then fertilized again. So that allowed me to do 2 fertilizer states. But we will plant these 3 fields. A couple things we need to do. Well, one, we need to feed our pigs, just top them up a little bit. They're actually doing okay. But what I've been doing basically is, if I look at how many are in here, because this one, for example, this pen has 400 out of 400 pigs. So if any one of these are getting ready to reproduce the next night, so let's say if it was like, let's say these guys were at 75% instead of 50, the next night, that means they'd be giving birth to 30 more. I would make sure we sold 30 pigs off somewhere in here, or put 30 pigs into our production facility. So even if they're not as high up as we'd want them to be, where we're trying to get them to 21 months, that's what I've been doing, which seems to be a pretty effective way to handle the process. So we're always getting the max out of our pigs. Sometimes we are putting them in the production early or selling them early, but that's better than not doing that because it allows us to reproduce or have our pigs reproduce so they can get us more of everything that we need. One thing I do need to do is move some potatoes over to that other production or to our feed production there. 212,000 liters in storage in here, which let's get potatoes filling real quick. There we are, 129,000, that'll be fine. So in addition to that, if we go into our actual production facility down here, we have another 88,000 in there. So we're doing really good on pig food. I think right now our goal is to keep kind of chugging along and pay off our loan. And I think we can do that here. That one escaped darn near through the wall. But I think we're about at a point where we can pretty effectively do that. But I am pretty curious. Let's go see what a pallet of our pig meat looks like. Let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and spawn. Might as well spawn 2 pallets there. Go take a look at them. Okay, pretty much not exciting at all, but that's great. We're making pig food. Or not pig food, good lord. We're making pig meat, which is awesome. So, yeah, that's what I got for you guys. That's pretty great. I think this is going to be just better off in general. I'm not going to sell these just yet. How much do these guys weigh? 810. They actually weigh. They're actually pretty reasonable weight. So we can probably load quite a few in our truck when it's time to go sell them. So we won't sell them right now. We'll end up putting a lot more in there. I've been doing that, but it's cool to see that happen. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to keep moving some stuff around. I will get all of our potatoes planted, and then next month we will plant our soybeans and our sorghum. And I think for that, I think soy in these 2 fields and sorghum down here again, because I think, let's take a look at our production. How are we doing so far in production? Barley's fine. Sorghum, then we're out of soy. Well, not out of soy, but we're low on soy. But we also need twice as much sorghum. So yeah, I think that's pretty reasonable. I think we'll do sorghum here again, and then we'll do soy and soy here, and that'll be good. So that'll bump our soy up a little bit. And then, yeah. So I will plant all that stuff. That's basically just going to take me a while off camera. I know I said I'm not going to do a ton of stuff off camera. I'm going to do, some stuff off camera. You guys don't need to sit in here for hours while I plant stuff because that just doesn't make sense. You can do it. Come on. But once we get maybe 6, 7, 8 pallets of meat, we'll sell those off. So I will probably give you guys an update after we're done with the planting season. But for now, that's what I got for you guys. Okay, it is July, which should mean it is hopefully time to harvest our barley. Yep, ready to go over there. Perfect. What's over there? Is that canola? Yeah, we don't want that. So barley's ready to go. Everything else is planted and everything else is fertilized. So that is all good news. The one little mishap I had is this right here. As you can see, this is supposed to be potatoes, but we have some sorghum here. What happened? I was planting that field with sorghum and drove back over here to refill the seeder with fertilizer and didn't lift it. So here's what happened. Fun stuff there. I also, to speed up the process a little bit, I did buy a second seeder. They're only $6,000 a piece, so I didn't really see a big deal with that. I know we're not debt-free, and that's kind of what I want to be, but that's fine. It'll be okay. I've been slowly putting stuff into our factories. Well, yeah, this one's done right now, waiting for, I believe we're waiting for soy, aren't we? Yeah, pretty much waiting for more soy. We still have some potatoes and stuff left over, a little bit of sorghum. Barley will be full here in a minute. And barley's nice to have extra too, because we do use it for seeds as well. I need to make some more solid fertilizer soon. But yeah, so slowly but surely, they got 753 kilograms left. Got our 2 pallets in there, so that's 4 pallets. And we are about to put a bunch in there. So what I've been doing is, again, like I said, making sure these guys don't go over 400. This one's at 336. And let's make sure that's this one up here at the top. Let's make sure none of these guys are close to 21 months. Nope, they're all fairly fresh because we had, yeah, because remember we had the 2 oldest groups that we had in here we sold off. But yeah, 14 months is the oldest. But down here, these ones are at 22 months, which I know I said 21 months. They reproduced a month late, so that's why I held on to an extra month because I was starving these guys of their health because I was letting them finish off the corn that we had, which I did, by the way. So we're going to deliver those guys. And these guys 18, so these guys should be 19, 20. These ones will be a month behind too, but these 60 are ready to go, hopefully, into our meat processor. So we'll just do, yeah, we can do 38 in the first load. So we can do 2 loads of 30, but might as well just grab the most we can get. But it should be these guys. Let's get to full load here. There we go. All right, had to mute my microphone there a second so I could sneeze, but all good now. All good. All right, we'll deliver these guys. Easy does it. Boom. And 22 months, I believe, is the max. So this is all good. 300 kilograms. I believe they got... I think they top out at that at a certain point. I don't know when that is, but anyhow, that's quite a bit. We can transfer all that into there. I don't know when they top out at 300 kilograms. I don't know the answer to that. Maybe we'll grab one of the 18th month in here and see what their way is, just as a quick test. That might be kind of a nice experiment there, because if we don't have to go to 21 months, we might as well sell them early. But these guys are going perfect, and then these guys are 18 months. So let's grab one of those. Well, actually, let's grab all of them, because worst case scenario, they're at 300, and we know that that's the max, and we're just going to put them in there anyways. So let's go do a little test over here to see. Because I'm kind of curious about that, because obviously, yeah, if we don't have to keep feeding them, that'd be great. We'll get rid of them, slaughter them if they're ready to slaughter sooner rather than later. Okay, the 22 months, 22 at 300. Transfer those. 18 months, 300. Okay, so we are going to transfer these guys. These are 300 is the max. 18 months, they're definitely there. That is interesting. Okay, now we have to keep experimenting. So 21 months is no longer when we're selling our pigs. 18 months at least. So 18 months works out great. Come back over here. Let's grab the rest of these, because we're obviously going to put the rest of them in there. Well, I guess is there 38 of them? Well, we'll come back to those. What else do we have in here? These guys are 18 months, right? Is there like a 17 month or somewhere not too far? There's a 15 or a 14 over here. Let's grab one of the 14s. I'm curious. While we're here, we might as well take a load of these guys over. So we'll take these guys, take them over to the production facility, and then we will come over here and grab the 14 and see where the 14's at. Because I am kind of curious. Well, not curious, I am curious, but we have to figure it out so we can do the best with what we got. Because all we got is pigs. So yep, deliver those. Perfect. They're probably got quite a bit to work on now. Yeah, they're doing A-okay right now on pigs. That's the other thing. If this thing starts getting topped out, we may have to build another one, but that's going to be a ways down the road. I don't think it'll fit right here. It's a pretty big building. So we may have to look into more land and stuff like that. So that might just be like when we're ready to reopen, you to go over here. We're going to grab one of the 14 months, just because that is a curiosity of mine. And again, we might as well grab all of them because we're over here. And that should be these guys. Yeah, 14 months. Perfect. We'll move those to the trailer just to see. So we know 18 months is good. Now we'll see a 14. It could be somewhere between 14 and 18 as well. Okay. Let's get you guys maybe in here. 200. Okay, at 14 months, they're not quite. So it's somewhere between... I need to get my note here. We do not want to do this at 21. Somewhere between 14, 18. 18 might be the max. 18, they're at 300 kilograms for sure. But these ones we can go put away. We're not gonna butcher those ones yet. Okay, so that is good to know. That's good to know. You know, it's somewhere between 14 and 18. Which we'll just kind of have to experiment and find out. And the other thing I want to do before we wrap up this episode is I do want to sell our first load. So I'll load them up off camera because my pallet work is unique to say the least. Why can't I get in here? There we go. Move those guys to the husbandry. Okay. And then I can grab the other ones we have over here. Because those ones are at the time we'd want to sell them. The 18-monthers out of here. The rest of them, I think they only have one more load in here. I don't know how many of them there are, though. Oh, boy. Move those to the trailer. How many of the 18 months are in there? We still have 22 more of those. Okay. We'll get these guys over there, and I'll come back for those. But, yeah, so off camera, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the harvest of barley done. I will finish my little pig experiment and bring you guys back in to sell some pork. That's my plan. See you guys here in just a bit. The time has come to sell our first load of meat. I'm so excited. What is the best place to sell this? Ooh, not great for both of them right now because they could be, well, that's still inaccurate. I think we haven't gone through full year. That's from the previous. But anyhow, I think 11,310, that should be pretty good. I'm pretty sure I know where that's at, but just to make sure we go to the right place, you can see my loading is very effective. I definitely could have fit more pallets in there. That's all the pallets we had, to be fair, is just these. But yeah, we'll take the road. I'll be nice right now. And our sorghum and potatoes are ready to harvest. We did our barley harvest and we got 36,000 liters, which isn't probably quite enough for what we'll need in the future. So we're just gonna have to buy some more fields at some point, but which I think this will help quite a bit with, or at least buying more stuff. Right now, I think we're like $400,000 in debt, but this should help pay quite a bit of that off. Okay, yep, it's one back there, not the sell everything container. The trigger's pretty wide for that, so I have to be careful there. Let's get over here. Yes. Look at our money, it's flying. Oh, that was great. Wow, 339,000? Oh, that's fantastic. That's only double what we would have gotten if we sold them individually. That's crazy that we put $150,000 worth of pigs. We put a lot of pigs in there, to be fair. And that actually makes a lot of sense. We put probably that many pigs in there. There's still quite a bit for it to produce. This is probably our 35,000. Well, with this ratio, about 30,000-ish or so, just over 30,000 liters more. So another $300,000 is still in there. So I can't imagine if we had left that not nerfed. I'm going to cut the price in half. I think that's very reasonable. But yes, okay. Yep, save that. That's great. We could repay. Let's repay 300,000 of this. We'll keep a little money in the bank. I'm okay with that. But we're now finally in the money for the pigs. We're finally in the money. Now, some of you will say, well, that's kind of cheating. If you were playing on a console, you wouldn't be able to do that, which is true. But at the same time, you just kind of have to do a little bit more work. We've proven the concept. The concept has been proven that you can make profit off of your pigs. We have proven that even without doing that. We have bought things and we have made a lot of money doing that. And I'm going to start repairing things. Since most of my equipment, other than the harvester, because I keep the harvesters repaired, most of my equipment needs repairs. But this is now working great now that it's rocking and rolling. But that is, I think, where I'm going to call it for this episode. Yeah, that's great. That was some fantastic news for us. Should have gone that way. That's okay. Run that stop sign. But yeah, that was some fantastic news. We're making good money, doing our thing. I think the next kind of things we're going to upgrade are going to be some of our equipment. I think I'd like to do that before we get even more land or anything like that, or even get more ability to do more pigs. Maybe even get a shed to park some of our equipment in out here. Might be kind of nice, but we can breathe. We can breathe. We're not quite there, but we're going to get there. If you guys enjoyed, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel and turn on your notification bells so you don't miss any future videos that I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.